If you're not mentorable or coachable, this video isn't for you. If you're ready to learn, let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to another episode of What Up Jeremy. My name's Jeremy Montoya, and up to this point, every week on this show, I've answered a question from one of you people in my audience, or a family, a friend, or a business partner, to give you guys perspective and my wisdom and my insight to how I think you could handle that problem, or answering a question for you that maybe you've seen me with a result I've gotten in my life, or something that you've seen me focus on. And after last week's episode, where I kind of switched it up and asked you guys a question, I got some positive feedback. And so for at least the next couple episodes, that's what we're going to switch to here on this show. So every Wednesday now, I'm going to come with a question that I want for you to think through and answer and share here in the comments below. And I'm going to expand upon why I think this is an important question for you and why you should take it into consideration in wherever you're at in life. Today's question is something that has impacted my life in a very huge way. And the question is, who are your remote mentors? The reason I want to bring this question to you is because I've seen multiple times, more times than I can count, people who deem me as lucky for some of the connections and some of the mentors that I've had, or that I've even paid to have in my life. And while I've been extremely blessed with amazing mentors, and while I put myself in a place to be mentored and coached, I also have this other side of mentorship, or my viewpoint on mentorship, that's really shaped me into who I am today. And this concept of remote mentors really came to me when, right before I started working for Apple in 2010 or 2011, something like that. What happened was I got in part-time, and I was selling computers at the Apple store and selling iPods and iPhones at the time. And before I started working there, I would watch Steve Jobs, his old keynotes on YouTube. Even before I worked there, I was just so interested in the product and the branding and what Apple stood for that I always watched his product presentations. Fast forward a couple years, when I started working for the company, I excelled very quickly because I would take what I learned from Steve and watching him present, and I would bring that into what we would do in our Apple retail locations. That's when I started to realize that I don't need to know someone to be mentored by them. Even though I was lucky enough to go to WWDC in San Francisco at Steve's last keynote, I never got the chance to meet him, never got the chance to kind of be in his general presence, but his impact was huge on my career at Apple, and also when it comes to motivational and public speaking, and even doing videos like this, because he taught me the presentation and the packaging and the positioning and the love behind it, and the thoughtfulness behind a product or an idea is what makes it stick and what makes it shareable and what strengthens it. And I took that into my first clothing business. I took that when I started learning marketing. I took that when I started helping brands and building my own. And I took that and I take that into everything I still do today. Steve Jobs was one of my huge remote mentors. Fast forward a little bit, after I left Apple, I wanted some very specific help in my business and growing my knowledge and speeding up the process. And I followed a gentleman online who's the founder of Video Fruit. His name's Brian Harris, and I followed him online because he had advice and ideas that he would share that were no nonsense, that made complete sense and that you could just take and apply. And when it came time for me to consider who I wanted to invest in and pay for coaching, I chose him. And so for a couple years, he was my remote mentor, and after, he was my coach and mentor and friend. And so sometimes it can be someone who's not even alive, or who maybe you don't ever get the chance to meet. And other times it's somebody who is alive that you aren't around, that it's serendipitously you go and meet, or maybe you pay to be around and invest, whether it's through coaching or a mastermind, or you have someone link you up with them. But whatever the case, the remote mentors I have, and those are only a few examples of my remote mentors, they've shaped me into who I am today. Some of them have been I invested money. Other times mentorship came and then I invested. Other times the mentorship came and I was looking for those answers and wanting to grow in that way. So I want to turn this back to you now, because I'm curious, because I'm always looking for other mentors, and I'm always looking to see who the people I'm around are learning from. So who are your remote mentors? And do me a favor, leave it in the comments or wherever you're watching this right now, because chances are you may feel vulnerable in sharing that, or maybe even saying that you don't have any right now. But I want the comments to be a resource for you and for others to find other mentors that they can go and learn from, and that they can go and read about, and that maybe they can go and invest in. And maybe you're the person that helps change the trajectory of somebody here, a viewer's destination, because you are able to provide them with a person that they need in their journey. Hey, if you like this, thanks so much for watching. I invite you to subscribe or follow wherever you're watching this, and hopefully leave a comment below with what you took away from this or who your remote mentors are. Also, real quick, head over to Instagram. I have a new page. It's called @whatupjeremy.tv, where every day I'm gonna be feeding you motivational and inspirational videos to prime your mind and to feed you helpful content that actually helps you. These are things that I find throughout my day that I've been saving, I've been storing, or that I'm coming across right now in the moment that I want to share with you, so social media can be maybe a little bit less of a distraction and more of something that's actually a useful tool for you in your day. And maybe it sparks you or motivates you into taking action on something you've been waiting on, or maybe it helps and propels you in your career or in your entrepreneurial journey. Either way, it's helpful content. Go and add it at whatupjeremy.tv, or you can go to @whatupjeremy and you'll see it inside of my profile. You can tap it and it will take you right over there. Thanks so much for watching this video. Head over to whatupjeremy.com/subscribe so you get notifications, emails, and exclusive updates about offers and courses and ideas and things that I find online that I want to bring directly to you. And that really puts you on the inside, where I share my most vulnerable moments and things I've learned from, and a lot more personal and intimate things about entrepreneurship and about growing your career, whatever field you're going in, and creating the life that you dream of. I'm Jeremy Montoya. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow on Instagram TV for another tip, thought, or quote, and I'll be back next week with another question for you. I'll see you then. Cheers.